To me, when I think about a company in relationship to work balance, again, what I'm thinking about is the flexibility the company offers. Because the actual work-life balance, the prioritization that an individual makes depends upon the individual. Elon Musk famously said that he gets bored on vacations. He doesn't like them. He likes to work. So he works all the time. For him, this is a hobby, a passion. So he's spending all his time working. Is that a balanced life? Well, it is if he's happy with it. And the other thing you have to consider maybe is his partner happy with it? And if the partner's not happy with it, well, then the partner is not allowing that person to use his time the way they would like. And you have to decide, is that worth keeping the partner? And in the same way, I think the company's responsibility is to say, look, we're going to give you flexibility. We're going to give you the ability to move your time, to work in different times so that you can work on different things that are time dependent. And we'll give you flexibility in how you can prioritize what you would like to do. And I think Pax8 focuses on permitting that. I would dare say that Pax8's work flexibility would accommodate most any desires.
I'm heavily balanced towards work, but the good news is I really love it. So it doesn't seem like that much work. I try to, get good quality time with my family, and I think I do. I think they tell me they want me around more, but sometimes they don't really want me around more. I say that a little tongue in cheek. I have a wonderful life. I don't feel like, I know I'm definitely very skewed towards work. But the good news is I do really, truly love what I do, so it doesn't feel very much like I'm working that much. And one of the things I do religiously is I take a day off every week just to think. And that's kind of a little secret I have, but I think it's really important that I have a left brain activity day. Because I think it's real easy to get sucked into the day-to-day, and especially from where I am. My most valuable time spent is to really think hard about stuff. And I don't necessarily focus on just what Pax8's doing. I think about stuff. The best ideas come to me about Pax8 when I'm not focused on Pax8. Sometimes when you're so focused on something, you can't see the forest for the trees.
I just started here with Pax8 on October 24th, and I have yet to work in an organization where every single meeting has started off with folks asking me how I'm doing and if there's anything that I need in my current role. And I've not had that type of help, support, balance, or focus on wellness in any organization that I've ever joined. So it's very evident, even as a new hire, that Pax8 is committed to wellness and mental health all throughout the organization, and that everyone here is invested in every member of the team, regardless of role. What I've already seen from the support of my leadership team here at Pax8 is that wellness is a focus for all of us, and we actually do our best work when we allow ourselves those breaks. So I think it's great that we as an organization take a serious focus on wellness.
If you think about the same thing and do the same thing, you get into a rut. And so I think for physical, mental health, it's important. I think it's important to engage in other kinds of creative tasks to get away, just to get a different perspective. I also think it reduces the risk of burnout. Burnout, I think, is a form of getting into a rut. I also think that you want certain relationships, friends, family, and without putting some time into that, you're not going to form them in the way that you would like. And then to the extent that you use your time to meet new people, to travel, I also think it broadens your perspective.
The thing I do every day to unplug is when it's time to close that computer, I close it. I think the most important thing to manage people, to manage my own work-life balance, is to make sure they understand I expect them to have work-life balance, because that's how they don't call me after hours.
Work-life balance, in a very, very simplistic point, is giving yourself permission to have a balance where you get off of work and your personal life is yours. Your spiritual life is yours. Whatever you have outside of work is yours. There's a idiom out there that says, if you love your work, you won't work a day in your life. That's not true. It's still work. And so what you have to do is you have to look at it and separate those. Find things that are outside of work. I owned a bicycle shop for a while. I really love bicycles. And I would finish at the bicycle shop and go home and ride my bike. And then I would work on my bike. And I said, but I love this. But it wasn't a balance. My wife at the time said, are you ever going to stop that? And so you really have to look at what you're doing, even if you love it, and say, I have to take a break from it.
So many people at PAX 8 are doing what they love, and I love that. The danger with that is that if you merge work and, off work balance, and it's easy to do when you love what you do, you could actually end up in a place where you don't have that balance. And I have found myself in that place quite a bit. And so my advice is to honor that line between on and off work. The importance of stepping away for work over the holidays, I can't emphasize it enough. As we push to the end of the year, we've got all these things we want to do. It seems like the workload actually increases during a holiday time. You really do have to commit to taking a step back and really being present around your family and your friends over the holidays. It's critical to do that, because if we don't, we're going to burn out in terms of the work-life balance. I find a lot of people that I'm seeing at PAX 8, in particular newer employees, really have a good sense of it. The reason that I conclude that is because when I talk about what are you doing this weekend, I get answers. The sign for me is my answer might be typical in that I'll just unplug, have nothing scheduled. But when I talk to employees at PAX 8, what I hear is something different. I'm going to go hiking. I'm going to go meet a friend downtown. I'm traveling. There are so many things that I hear. It inspires me. And so I think that PAX 8 has a pretty good culture around this work-life balance. And if I could do anything to support that and make sure that that continues, I would do it, because it's so important for us to, stay in a flow state, and that balance is required.
I think my message would be that you should really focus on being passionate about everything you're doing, be it work, personal growth, hobbies, whatever it is you do. I think it's important to be passionate, to really love what you're doing. And I think when you do that, I think you will really enjoy life.